Alright guys, so we're back at it again. This time we're doing a slightly different video, really only in just that it's a One Piece chapter review. Also, I'm sorry for the delay. I haven't put out any videos in a while. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life that's not really much of an excuse, considering I do want to get this up and going. I have a bit of stuff planned for today, so I need to get this chapter review out about as quick as I can. So the goal is to go ahead and do a much quicker read-through live reaction, just get it posted, and if there's anything crazy, I can really just go back through and do an in-depth analysis. So, with that being said, I'm probably going to be standing for most of this video, so if I do a lot of moving around, and I'm sorry, but I'm probably just going to be doing some back and forth. So let's get into it. We've got One Piece Chapter 1166. It's been a couple weeks since our last chapter, so I am really excited. We've got Yamato, Shinobu on the cover story, and that Teapot Tanuki all on the color page, and a bunch of characters. Only about half of the Straw Hats, though. We only got the original, 5. It's really cool, though. I think they're eating sweet potatoes is what these are. They look to me like sweet potatoes that everybody's eating. Lots of foxes. Very cool. Awesome looking color page. Luffy's got glasses on. Whenever Luffy wears glasses, it looks hilarious. Oda's note. Spontini, one of my favorite pizza spots, entered my Uber Eats delivery range, and I celebrated by eating way more than I should. Good for you, Oda. My man uses Uber Eats. Gotta love it. Alright, so we're cutting right back to the end of the battle where we saw Rox and Garp, or rather, Garp and Roger fighting against Rox. And we get the aftermath of the battle. Did they really break the curse? And that's thought bubbles. It looks like it's coming from Rox, but we can't tell. But everybody's on the ground, just in different positions. Laid out. Roger, Rox, Garp. Rox has his eyes open. He says, "Come on, stay alive. This island is." And then Rox looking over his head, we see Garling, and it's Garling, Summers, and I don't remember her name. The lady with the horns that people were thinking could be Killingham's mom. It says, "Damn it, it's too late. Roger, Garp, run. You can't die here." So in this moment, Rox is now thinking... Sorry about that, I had an alarm going off. So in this moment, Rox is going to try to actually save Roger and Garp because they saved him, essentially, from the curse that he was trapped under. So the God's Knights are approaching him, and he's thinking, oh yeah, there's one more thing. I wanted to say... ... Thanks for stopping me. As Garling comes over, and it looks like he puts a sword right into Rox's body. Right into his neck. And it seems like in that moment... it's Crazy Summer. Seems really disappointed coming out to do this. But yeah, they end up stabbing him. And then we see feet running. And it says, "How's Rox?" Huff, huff. "You're worrying about the enemy? I'm your enemy too," says Garp. And this is Scopper and Rayleigh carrying Roger and Garp out. "Rayleigh, tell me, what happened to Rox? ... He was killed," says Rayleigh. "Hurry, the island's collapsing. Don't let the pirates escape. Roger's ship is on the move. Fire!" This event would leave no mark on the pages of history. And it literally does look like the island is just imploding, guys. Like, it's literally collapsing and falling apart. But it seems that Scopper and Rayleigh managed to pull up right when they were stabbing Rox, and they grabbed Roger and Garp and got out of there. "The crumbling island was swallowed by the waves and consumed by fog, like curtains closing on a grand stage. That was the essence of the God Valley incident," as we still see the sky, or the clouds partially split and lightning coming down from them. While this is all being said, we see some marine ships firing at the pirate ships. We see Garp sleeping. I don't know whose ship he's on, because he was running off. He got carried by Scopper. I don't know if they tossed him to the Marines or what. And then we also see Whitebeard and Big Mom looking out, just looking outwards. They're fine. And then we see Roger's crew. "Let's go, full speed ahead, gahaha." Back to narration. "The silence in this incident's wake lasted only a moment, before a massive bolt of lightning split the heavens. And with that, the curtain rose for new tales to unfold." So apparently it's that lightning that was splitting the sky open there. And we see Kaido in dragon form flying while this is being said. Dragon on the boat with a gun. We see Baby Shanks sleeping inside a treasure chest with treasure. And then we see Ivankov and Jenny taking care of Kuma. And then we see Blackbeard being held by what I'd guess is his mother. Still, hold it in. Just wait till Roger's up, says somebody on his crew. Come on, Captain. I'm dying to open the treasure chest. Roger, sorry to worry you guys. Yeah, we're thrilled. More importantly, check it out. And they're about to show him the treasure. Don't you care about me at all? Roger says. Shockey's safe and sound as she's holding on to Rayleigh. Hee hee. And we scored a ton of treasure to boot. What a great haul. Now what I'm going to say is interesting about this panel, guys, because we see some of the Roger pirates. One of them has a set of black wings. And they have been shown to us before, and they're being shown multiple times right here. The wings they most remind me of... I actually don't know. They don't really look like Stussy's wings. But they are black wings, so they almost make me think they're like for a bat or some type of bird like that. That's crazy. I'm really interested because I don't think we know of any Roger pirate who has a devil fruit until Buggy eats one later. So I'm kind of interested in seeing if he has a devil fruit or where these came from. And then we're hearing, wah, huh? Goo goo, ga. What the? It's coming from the chest. There's something in there. Open it carefully, they say, as Roger goes over to it. Click, gulp. Huh? Everybody looking in. A baby! Ha ha ha, says Shanks, crying. The Rocks pirates wiped out. Predictably, news coverage was falsified. Only one aspect of the story was highlighted. The heroism of Garp. That's all narration at Navy HQ. It says here that the Rocks pirates have been vanquished. Rocks is dead. I knew it. Vice Admiral Garp is the strongest. Garp, he's a hero. And this is being said from like towns all over the world. And then we cut to Grand Line, Navy HQ. What the hell is this article? Vice Admiral Garp. I can't wait to get my hands on that Morgans fella. Relax, Garp. He only wrote that stuff because the government paid him off. Says, this looks like Sengoku approaching him. Yep, it's Sengoku. The world government and the Marines are massive organizations. If you count the number of nations' armies, we're talking about tens of millions of soldiers worldwide. It's impossible to account for everyone's actions and motivations. So if the top brass ever do strike me as insane, I'd simply turn a blind eye to it. Come again? Garp says. And it's funny, we see the doctor who was telling Kobe about his hockey and about how Garp could tell him about it. Back behind Garp in the scene, and he's a lot younger, which, I mean, of course he would be. It's really cool. Then we see Rocks and Garp fighting while they're talking. It's just like I said, you're just another promotion-chasing fool, says Garp. Shut up. What good can you do barking from the bottom of the cliff? Okay, so now we're getting to understand Sengoku's philosophy. Hey, you two. If you ever stray and get corrupted, I'll kill you myself, says Garp. How reassuring. I guess that's what friends are for, says Sengoku. So, you're not quitting then, Garp? Idiot, Garp says. There are still things at the bottom of the cliff that need a guard dog. Well, man, I like Garp's story, or Garp's character, and Sengoku characters here is actually kind of cool, too. Cut to Elbaf, New World. Wah. You again. I ain't letting you on my ship. That's Loki crying while he's thinking about what Rocks had said to him. How many times do I gotta tell you, Pipsqueak? You think I want a brat on my crew? What is this? The guy I want ain't giving me the time of day, but his snot-nosed brat won't leave me alone. Hey, Rocks, I think you're Nika. Nika, he says, the warrior of liberation who will destroy the world while laughing. Destroy it? I'm aiming to be the king of the world. Besides, if anyone's got that sort of power, it's Harald. Huh? Says Loki. Listen up, Loki. Somewhere out there, the Galera are slumbering. They're an outrageous band of ravagers, and the only one who can put them back into play is your pops. I'm going to continue to rally the rogues of the world. So just imagine if Harald and I teamed up. Who could possibly stop us then? Wow, that's awesome, says Child Loki. Thinking back, so why aren't you and Pops allies already? Because of love, Rock says. But I'm going to come back again and again. I don't care if it takes 100 or 200 meetings. Heck, he's crying as he looks over the newspaper, crying out again. We cut to, on a certain island. It's a vicious assault. King Harald of Elbaf is. Have any civilians been harmed? No. He attacked another giant, some thug. It's quite a brutal scene. This is a bunch of people onlooking. You still don't get it, says Harald after beating on this giant. I understand. I'm sorry, really. I'll never steal from humans again. You don't get it. None of you do, as Harald punches him, just keeps beating him. Huge trash heaps like you are responsible for the terrors in our race's history, and that's why we can't be trusted. We only desire to peacefully engage with the world now, but they can't trust that, as he's literally just pounding this guy into the ground. Your Highness, he's already out cold. I didn't want to jeopardize Elbaf's chances of joining the world government. That was my only reason for not helping him. I forsook, or I that's what it says, I forsook. I don't think that's the proper verbiage. My closest friend, as he begged for my aid. I left him to die, as Harald's crying while thinking about rocks. There's no turning back now. I will never, ever forgive a giant who does evil. All of the pedestrians, like the townspeople, are looking on, just shocked as Harald's shouting to the heavens. Giant King loses it, says the papers that come out next. Navy HQ. Underground detention cell. Garp's pulling up on Dragon to yell at him. Dad, I'm gonna quit the Marines. Okay. And you? I despise you, says Dragon to Garp. He once again just says, "K," and flicks the key to him inside to let himself go. And then we get Harald. I've made up my mind. Elder Jarl, I don't care about appearances anymore. Harudin, Loki, you are both my precious sons. I want you to get along when I'm gone. And do what you can to support Elbaf, he says, as he starts heading for Marineford and Navy HQ. That ship's from Elbaf. What? My apologies, King Harald, but my superiors have ordered me to not let you lead. Or not let you land. High-ranking Marines and leaders of the world government, I ask that you please hear me out. As he then walks up to them and rips his own horns right out of his head. Allow me to atone for the sins of the past 1,000 years. I apologize for every wrong the giant race has committed. The children of Elbaf are being raised to live without harming others, so that one day they may walk hand in hand with humanity. I do all this to prove our unwavering commitment to peace. I'll do whatever it takes to atone for our sins, even if it means becoming a slave. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? As we cut to Emu's eye. 1166 chapter end. Pretty metal chapter, very cool. All in all, very very fun. A lot of kind of cool stuff. I think I probably will go through and do another kind of review on this chapter. Just a lot going on, a lot of jumping around, but it was a really strong chapter. God Valley's finally over. It feels like Oda kind of ran through God Valley really fast, but the whole flashback really needs to get moving along. But we are definitely making steps towards getting out of the flashback. Guys, I still don't think we're going to do it, but there's a chance we make it out before the end of the year. I don't think it's going to happen, because I think we're still going to be in this flashback for another couple chapters trying to figure out exactly what happens to Harald from this point on. But anyways, like I said, with that being said, I'm trying to keep this a shorter one, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off now. I hope everybody has a great day, has had a great week, and I hope everybody has a great week to come. Go out, do something fun, tell somebody you love them, pet your cat, your dog, whatever, and just have a great day, okay, guys? I'll see you later. Bye.